we have the choice between one party that wants to fund Nazis in Ukraine versus the other party that want to fund Nazis in Ukraine. We have the amazing choice between one party that wants to fund the police more and put 100,000 cops on the street versus another party that want to fund the cops more and probably put more than 100,000 cops on the streets. Isn't our choice in democracy grand? One party that's going to fund DHS more, the other party that's going to probably fund it more than the predecessor than that. We got amazing choices in our democracy. If we want weapons to stop being shipped to Israel for their genocide of the Palestinian people, we got only one option on the ballot, and that is only for the pro-Israel position. So let me show you guys why our democracy is a joke. The only reason I'm even going to vote is because we have marijuana, legalized marijuana on the ballot, and we got affordable housing on the ballot. If it went for that, I wouldn't even bother showing up. I'm gonna vote green down ballot because despite what the Democratic Party is telling you, where they say, "Oh, this election is about saving our democracy," we have no democracy. What are you guys talking about? We live in the most authoritarian, lack of democracy. And multiple studies show that the United States have the least functioning democracy, where the average working class person have no say of our politics. We live in a capitalist dictatorship. I want you guys to decolonize your mind, be introduced to Marxist terms. They want to convince you that the dictatorship of the proletariat, that that revolution inspired by the people is authoritarianism, but they are literally buying elections. In this country, you can predict who wins an election at around a 95% success rate based on who raises the most money. So you guys want to have your fun little holiday tomorrow. You guys are going to have your fun little elections, but go out and wait on lines. You're going to vote for your candidate. Thinking that you have any say in this. Your candidates was already picked and groomed for you. Even the progressives. Because they are part of this. Look at this. American billionaires spent a record $880 million on the U.S. midterm election. I thought the last election was a record. Nope, another record. And now there have been conversations where, especially after the spending of this election, 2024 is about to shatter, because it's only a midterm. This midterm, more than any other midterm in U.S. history. So 2024, they already projecting it's going to be a completely capitalist-dominated election. And now you got Justice Democrats, you got progressives, the crying, oh my God, we got wiped out in the primaries. Why you guys think why? You guys can't beat this. And the ones who do beat it, they join the team. And look at this. Something else I noticed, whenever someone brings up George Soros, they say, oh, you've been an anti-Semite. you repeating anti-Semitic tropes that there's a shadow Jewish organization controlling our government. No, sir. We're talking about George Soros, who is the number one spender this election. 128 million. So that's 2 times more, almost 2 times more than second place. 67 million is the Republican in second place. Then you got Ken Griffin. And I do want to make this 100% clear with you guys. There is no such thing as a good billionaire. Like, there are people right now crying because their preferred billionaire is control of their preferred social media app. Elon Musk, it doesn't matter. All these billionaires suck. But for the people who think you're getting working class gains with a party that is bought and controlled at a higher clip than Republicans, do you guys know Democrats are spending way more on Republicans than Republicans this election because of these oligarchs like George Soros? So when you look at how much George Soros has contributed to this election, like, he's literally responsible for about 1/5, 1/6 of the election contribution, all to one party. That is his party, baby. That is his party. The spending is up 44% over 2018 midterms. But you guys think you're saving your democracy by voting for these bought and paid for parties? And that's what I brought up. This is why I said we live in a capitalist dictatorship. But I also want to show you guys this. Because if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. Because you probably haven't heard that the Democrats is massively out fundraising the Republicans this election. You gotta know that. Still poised to lose. Still poised to lose. I even saw a liberal talking head that was like, imagine what we could have done. He almost made it, CJ. I didn't save it. I didn't save the receipt. I just saw this in passing. But I saw this liberal talking head like, man, imagine what all this money could have went. You're almost there, man. You're so close. But look, just as Democrats is bought off by Soros and dark money. 700,000 to Way to Lead. 300,000 to Organize for Justice. And that is the Justice Dem. That is for the Justice Democrats. The largest donor is Soros. 175,000 for the working families, and the working families is completely funded by Soros. And we got the receipts here. TYT in Majority Report, despite having research teams, despite having a massive army of people, will never tell their people this. This is our progressives being bought off by Soros. Now, this is the Open Foundation, Open Society Foundation, and working families. The Working Family Organization has been giving Justice Democrats millions of dollars this election cycle. Where do they get that money? They get that money from George Soros. That's shown here. So this is the money to the Working Family Organization. And I'm gonna pull up this. I'm gonna pull up this. This is Summer Lee. Summer Lee. Excuse me. Need to get something to drink. So she is one of the few quote unquote progressive left standing, because there was a progressive bloodbath. John Fairman, Summer Lee, they all garbage. And she's being funded by George Soros, working families. Look at this. $250,000 on the ads just for November. And then you see this is 3,000 in October. And these are all receipts that I was sent from a researcher who looked into this. I got a few more I can pull. I got quite a few of these. So remember when Bernie Sanders, Jamal Bowman, he got $1,000 from the worker families, who once again is funded by George Soros and their billionaire network. Summer Lee got 200,000 ad buy just last week. Nina Turner got let me pull up Nina Turner's. Someone sent me Nina Turner's. Let me look at hers. I actually didn't look at this guy sent me a ton of these. Yeah, here it is. This is, you see, sorry, let me explain what we're looking at here. So when you sort this is WFP, Worker Family Party. And Worker Family Party get millions from George Soros. That's literally the vast amount of their funding. So then, using the Worker Family Party, they then donate to Justice Democrats. So this is Nina Turner. That's about $200,000. There's just a quick estimate here. And you see how much George Soros and the organization gave a fucking shit ton to Summer Lee, a shit ton to John Fetterman. I got like a lot of these pulled up here. Any take, CJ? One last thing I want to say as I pull more up. Remember when Bernie and AOC and the squad and Justice Democrats, their entire thing was calling out money in elections and corporate money. Democrats are spending more than Republicans in dark money this election. Where is Bernie Sanders calling this out? You notice that they are radio silent about the massive influx of money. And Morning Joe, this segment, I didn't want to play it for this. I was thinking about pulling it. But in this segment, it was like, it seemed like the Democratic Party actually adjusted to the overturning of Citizens United better than Republicans did. And Morning Joe, because they're shit libs, they were saying it like it was a good thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
It backfired. The Democrats, they're smart. They learned how to out fundraise Republicans using their own game. And I'm thinking, like, you guys just admit that the Democratic Party, as we have said before, is just like the old Republican Party. They were literally the party of big money donors. and they're the ones who are also cheerleading into war. You see the connection? Remember when the Republican Party was the party that used to cheerlead for war, and they was the party that used to get the most in dark money? Now the Democrats get the most in dark money. Now they're the one who cheerleading war. Now they're the one who cheerleading giant police budgets. We have witnessed a giant Overton window shift in the last decade, and there are people who still got political analysis like they're stuck in 2015.
Yeah, TYT, Majority Report, still stuck in that era. I do want to bring up this article for this segment, Democracy is Bought. I think I just want to double check. Did you say Soros spent 128 million? Is that title on the screen right? Is it 128?
Oh yeah, let me break down the because I didn't break down the article that much. So just give me 1 minute, CJ, just so because you will know
for sure.
more here. So yeah, it's 128 million in this midterms where the Democrats are losing. So where are you getting the return on the investment? Study shows they do. George Soros is getting that money back, guys. Ask yourself how. But anyway, let me. I'm gonna read just the first two paragraphs so you get a good look. Billionaire spent a record of $880 million on the U.S. midterm election so far. So, guys, in 2020, they either gonna spend. Well, obviously, I'll take that back. Obviously, the general election is going to be spent way more than midterms. But all right, so I withdraw that. So, American billionaires spent because I'm about to say they're going to spend $1 billion next election, but that's obvious. Everyone know that. But anyway, American billionaires spent a record $880 million on the U.S. midterm elections, with most of their spending favoring Republicans. Well, actually, and this was covered in Morning Joe. They talking about the Republican Party and have more billionaire donors, but the Democrats raise more money because they have more billionaire spenders, just like Soros spent 128 million. So that is true. Billionaire spending is up 44% over the 2018 midterms. It's gonna be more than 1 billion in the next week. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the numbers that we need to see here.
So the point I want to make is that American politics learns to adjust to any sort of reform you apply, any sort of reform. So whatever reform we want to add, campaign finance reform, the American political system, because it's corrupt, they'll find a way to adjust, just like they did with PACs, all this stuff. They find a way. Oh, you can't coordinate, and everybody knows they coordinate with the campaign, right? They find a way to adjust. Now, Nick, are we witnessing, this push for non-corporate candidates? That's the new thing. But are you non-corporate, Nina Turner, non-corporate, if she's taking money from the working class party, and the working class party is taking money from George Working Family? Oh yeah, Working Families Party. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a new way. Just like Breaking Points is considered independent media when they're corporate as fuck. It's they like, oh, something's popular, we're gonna figure out a new way to make our corporate shit fit that shit, and that's what it feels like. This is so. But she's considered a non-corporate candidate, but she's getting money from this billionaire. You see how that works? Like, you see how Breaking Points is considered independent, but they're funded by a billionaire. This is the new definition. This is the new definition. This funding by billionaires can be included. Now, I do want to bring up a section of an article. Did you have something that you wanted to share before I bring this up?
You can bring an article up, because I was just gonna bring up more of those receipts, but you can always what I did just to show you guys, and you can bring your article up. These are the candidates searched by Working Families Party, because this shows the Working Family Party is bankrolled by George Soros. You see all the money that's given, and this just in 2020. Then we search Working Families Party, that super PAC, and once again, this is Summer Lee, this is Nina Turner, and someone sent me Jamal Bowman's. Actually, Jamal Bowman had like 300,000 on there, something like that. So they use that Working Families as a front, And then they say, "Oh no, our only donor just come from the working families pack."
But who donates? Where do they get their? That's how
You
they
see,
do,
like the libel
man.
mission. You see the libel
Yeah,
mission,
that's what they do. That's what they do. So
and
let
people
me
who
let me
actually
go
research
ahead.
and people who actually research that. I'll pull up the last original tweet, and then I pass it back to you. Robbie, it was just one of many people I see cover this. Just give him a shout out. That's what he's explaining. They use these packs. For example, Organized for Justice, the largest donor for them is Soros. So then Organized for Justice would donate 300,000 to Justice Democrats. So then Justice Democrats say, "Oh, we raise our money from Organized for Justice," but they won't bring up the fact that Organized for Justice largest donor is George Soros.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about, CJ? Worker in this one receipt, they're bankrolled 175,000 by the Working Family Party. Once again, fund and this guy's playing. They're funded by anything but George Soros, right? So they take money from these PACs that has largely had large contributions that has largely centered around the donations of George Soros and other capitalist dark money. So the Justice Democrats ran on to get corporate money out of the elections. They're silent about it now while taking that same money.